this little clip, we're going to look at the things inside your body that affect your sleep. So it's not just your body just doesn't want to go to sleep. There are lots of reasons why. And in your body, there's lots of hormones. There's lots of hormones for lots of different things. But the ones we're going to talk about today are things called cortisol and melatonin. You may or may not have heard of those. So I'm just going to give you a quick explanation of how these two hormones in particular affect your sleep. So cortisol. Cortisol is sometimes known as a stress hormone. Okay. So everybody needs some stress. A little bit of stress in your life is a good thing because it gets your heart pumping. Obviously, if you have too much stress, then that's going to affect your sleep and your whole well-being in some things. When you link the cortisol to sleep, you're thinking of the light, of daylight, natural daylight. So cortisol is the hormone that wakes us up and it keeps us going all day. So as soon as you open your eyes in the morning and the light hits you, it starts your cortisol pumping and it kind of keeps you going. And as long as there's daylight, you keep on going and you keep on going. Because it's the stress hormone as well, it's sometimes increased when you're more stressed. So when you're more stressed, you get more cortisol. Again, you have to kind of balance your cortisol levels for sleep, because if you're too stressed, you're not going to sleep. So that's a bit of a double whammy. Okay. So when you're stressed, you've got lots of cortisol going through your body, so sleep is really difficult. So you have to try and get that balance right. Okay. We'll discuss later and further little clips how we kind of maybe do that. The next hormone is called melatonin. Some of you may or may not have heard of melatonin. A lot of parents know about melatonin because it's something they get as a supplement, maybe it's from the consultant, for their children to help them go to sleep and to help them relax. But as in our everyday bodies, we produce melatonin. Some people do not produce enough melatonin, and that's why you have to end up going to the doctors to get more. But melatonin is linked to the dark. Okay, so melatonin is the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. Okay, it's produced in a big burst and just before bedtime. So the sun goes down. Well, the sun comes up, cortisol's up. The sun goes down, melatonin comes out. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. But if you haven't got enough melatonin as a natural hormone in your body, that's when you have to think of other ways of getting that melatonin. And sometimes, especially for kids, it seems to be prescribed melatonin. The thing is, that may or may not work for some children or for some adults. Some adults might take sleeping tablets, which has got a form of melatonin within them. But never ever do anything like that without a GP, okay? Because sleep tablets and things that you don't really know about can be very, very dangerous, okay? So it's remembering cortisol when the sun comes up, all that natural stress stuff zooming around your body. The cortisol then goes back down when it gets dark, and that's when the melatonin comes out to play. Okay. I think we'll leave that there, and then the next session we'll look at sleep and anxiety and how to drop the cortisol levels. Okay. So see you next time, and remember to do your quiz.